No CPT over here.
Nah.
That's good. This is great.
Yeah.
You went to Brook?
No, I didn't go to Brook. I actually went to high school down here, middle school down here. I always went to school down in Center City. Mom didn't really, yeah. So she like always came down here. I'm ready. All right, let's get it. Okay.
Let's get it.
I'm here with Turn Up, Turn Out. I'm here with Amen Brown, and we about to start these questions. Sorry, that introduction was rough. So the first question is, could you state your name and what party you're running for?
So I'm State Representative Amen Brown. I'm running for the mighty Democratic Party, but I'll be a mayor for both parties, for
Facts.
everybody.
Facts. Alrighty. How did you decide to run for mayor?
Decided to run because we need real change, and young people need access and a seat at the table.
Right.
We currently don't have that right now. We get overlooked and ignored. A lot of folks say that they know what's best for us young people, and they don't know what life is like in our streets.
Right.
You know, so decided to run because our streets aren't safe, and we need a young black man in there who understands what's going on, and who experiences it every single day, and who is not afraid to make those tough decisions for our communities.
Okay. So like, what is the most important thing that you're fighting for in your campaign, and how does that tie into like the youth in the city?
The most important thing is making the city safe, actually safe, not, oh, well, yeah, we should feel safe. No, I want to really be safe. I don't want to play with this. You know what I mean? I have two young children, right? Ethan Brown and Austin Brown, and it hurts me that I can't be the father that I know I can be, and even down to the small things, like when I go home at night and if my daughter's asleep, I can't carry her. So I gotta wake her up and she says, "Daddy, can you carry me?" And I can't, because I gotta be, my head's on a swivel.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we shouldn't be living like this. Right? And so, this campaign is about making the city safe and giving young people real access, because we are the future. We deserve a seat at the table and for the decisions that are being made. And we, like I said, man, we get overlooked.
That is true.
They don't poll us and say who we're going to vote for and all of that.
Exactly.
Have you ever received a poll phone call?
No, have not. Me
neither. You know what I mean? So, it's our time to take care of this city. Because we are the future.
That is true. So, in relation to the youth, like, what is your plan on education? Like, how would you choose to like address the issues that we have in our schooling system?
Yeah. So, like I said, being a current elected official and being the future mayor of this city, young people will be a part of this administration, right? Because we do matter.
Yes.
And so when it comes to education, knowing the physical conditions of these schools, they're horrible. How can we expect our young people to learn in these conditions? No heat in the winters, urinals still embedded in the ground, stalls with no doors. You can't see out the windows, bars on the windows, you feel like you're in prison. Just the conditions are horrible. So we need to fix these physical structures. So our plan includes, in the first 100 days, we're going to evaluate each and every school building and determine if it needs to be knocked down or renovated or just relocated. And then we're going to focus on making sure we prioritize on getting black educators in our schools. Because, it is what it is. The respect levels are different. So making sure we have Philadelphia, born and raised, African Americans, male and female, incentivize them to want to be educators in our town. We need that. We need people that's educating our children who understand what the night before might have been like for little Amen Brown. You know, when you have outsiders coming in, surrounding counties, they don't know what we go through.
Exactly.
You know, they don't understand that I'm 12 years old, I'm 13 years old, and I have siblings that I'm helping my mom take care of because there's no father in my home. And so when my little sister don't have diapers, I got to go to the store. But when I go to the store is surrounded with guys with ski masks on.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they trying to sell me things.
Oh, yep.
And then there's a chance that I don't make it back in the house.
Exactly.
With those diapers. This is our reality. And to solve these problems, you have to understand the streets.
Yeah.
And our young people, you know, we're hopeless right now because there's no positive role models that are being projected. There's no positive role models, especially black males, on the face of things. Pooh Shiesty is not my role model. You know what I mean?
Right.
But unfortunately, he is to some people.
Right.
Little Dirk is a role model, and they shouldn't be. We should be.
Exactly.
You know, so we're going to make sure young people are the center of this administration because the world is changing. Look how much changed in 2 years.
Yeah, for real.
You got guys that I work with and that are part of this campaign who did 10, 20 years in prison. When they came out, they was like, it's a whole new world. You have guys that went away for 2 years and come out, it's a whole new world.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think about that. Things are changing like every single minute. And we need people who can engage with the public, who know what's going on.
Right. That's very much true. And to that point of like that young person that goes to that corner store and gets sold things, and then also like, you know, him worrying about his life if he's gonna make it home that night. So like my question is like, what's your plan in terms of addressing violence and crime in our city?
So we have a serious comprehensive plan. It's a very fair balanced plan. You know, it's reform and accountability, right? Because you can't do this or that. You have to do this and that.
Right.
We got so caught up on reform, we end up in this current state of lawlessness, right? So yeah, let's reform the broken systems, the criminal justice system, the prison system, the education. Let's fix all of that. But we're not going to ignore violent offenders.
Right.
Because you can't sit on your porch. You can't take your children to the local playground. You can't do those things.
Right.
So what we're going to do, we're going to be tough on crime because crime is being tough on us.
Right.
That's the reality. And so we have to get out of that space where we're just letting people terrorize our communities. And I get it, you know, rough upbringings and things of that nature, but when is enough actually enough?
Right.
So ban ski masks day one. Make them officially illegal. So if you have a ski mask on, you are welcoming law enforcement into your space and into your life. Because what are you hiding? 2, we're going to bring back 24/7 warrant enforcement. We have thousands of open violent bench warrants for violent offenders. And what are they doing? They're walking around committing more crimes with a ski mask on. It all goes hand in hand. We're going to incorporate NPOs, neighborhood police officers, who will be beat cops in the communities, and they're going to be charged with bridging the gap between cops and community. Because when I was young, I knew the cops' names, and they knew my name.
Right.
They would say, yo, I'm gonna get off these streets, get off these corners, go home.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be on the foot beat, protecting and serving.
Right.
The serving portion is when Ms. Jones pulls up to her house with her cart or walks up to her house with her cart, our officers are going to be right there to carry it up the steps. The simple things in life that we don't have, because our young people, when I was young, when we saw that, we would run across the street to help Ms. Jones. They don't do that anymore.
Right.
They say, oh man, they laugh at Ms. Jones' struggle. So our administration, we're going to change the mentality and the mindset of our young people just by having a strong young black man saying, hey y'all, even with all the stuff that I've been through.
Yeah.
Been shot at 14. I experienced what it's like to be on State Road. I know the prison conditions are horrible. I know what it's like to go nights and weeks without food. I know it. But guess what? I broke all of those barriers and I didn't let it hold me back.
Right.
And I'm currently the state representative for all the communities that made me. That's the message. You know, when I'm standing on these debate stages, I never in a million years thought somebody that come from where I'm coming from would be standing there.
Right.
With my background. All the people that said I would never be nothing. Guess what? They're gonna vote for me now. Because they remember Little Amin.
Yep.
It's a real thing, man.
Wow. So, my next question would be, what is your plan on involving more youth into the policies?
Into politics?
In the decision-making process.
Okay.
Let me re-ask the question. Okay, as mayor, how do you plan involving youth in more of the decision-making that is likely to affect them long-term?
Listen, so, you know, a lot of folks say, oh, we're going to have this back office cabinet. We're going to have a young people's cabinet. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Because y'all, we are tired of being told what's best for us. No, y'all create what's best for y'all. We're not just going to force jobs on you. No, what do you want to do? What do you love to do? And let's tailor something that fits what you want to do in life. So we know that you'll stick with it. And it's our job to give you the tools and the access to the resources. So you can be the best person that you can be. That's the kind of administration we're going to be. So we're going to have a young people's cabinet, and our administration will be filled with young people, and I mean that. We have people that have been in positions 40, 50 years, running departments, doing things that impact everyday Philadelphians' lives, but they don't have a clue what's going on these streets.
Exactly. Yep.
Right now, you and I can call 311 or call the city department and say, hey, look, I'm having this issue. They'd be like, what is that? They don't know. You know what I mean? Like we need young and old. We need young and seasoned folks to be mixed in, learning from each other. Because right now we just got all older.
Yeah, you know.
And that's not the Philadelphia that we need.
I agree.
You know, we're a very diverse city. And we got the numbers.
Yeah.
You know, we need access to a bright future. And the current way that we're going, I don't see light at the end of the tunnel.
So why do you think that youth should vote for you?
Because I am the youth. I am you. I understand what we're going through. I know that social media is a problem. I know that we're not safe in our schools. I have young people telling me, and I learned this at the youth summit, they want metal detectors. They want armed security guards, right? But we wouldn't know that if we don't listen to you.
Exactly. Yep.
Ain't nobody sitting down with us. When I first decided to get involved in politics, you know what they told me? You're too young. Wait your turn. You're too young. Wait your turn. You don't know nobody. We don't know you. Okay, I don't know you.
Yeah, right.
I don't know you.
Right.
You know, so it's like, you know, the youth should vote for me because I am you. And I will be accessible, and I will solve our problems, but not by myself.
Right.
We are going to solve our problems. At the same time, help every Philadelphian. Because right now, we're so divided. It's all right, you know what? Cater to your base. Cater to the super voters. Young people don't want to vote because y'all don't care about us.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want us to believe in government when government don't even listen to us.
Exactly.
Y'all don't cater to us. I get it. Y'all cater to the 65 and older, the super voters. But whether we vote or not, we're still constituents, and we deserve access to government. You gonna shut us out?
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
You know, so I'm gonna be a mayor for us. And when I'm the mayor, that means you're the mayor.
Right.
That's what we need in our city. Forget the title.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh my God, you're a state rep, but so what? Last week I was Amin. Don't treat me no different.
Exactly.
And that's what we need in the mayor's office, somebody who is relatable and who is not going to take this title to the head and all of that, oh, it's my time. No, sorry. Y'all had your chance. You failed the city. Our streets ain't safe. The kids ain't safe. The schools are poor. We got candidates saying, oh, I started this work 30 years ago. It took you 30 years to screw this city up? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
That ain't what we need.
Right.
And stop telling me what's best for me. How about you ask me what I want?
Exactly. Right. Right.
You're trying to shove something down my throat. No, I wanna be a music producer. You want to force me to go to college? No, I don't want to go to college. I want to trade.
Right. You know, and it's I think this would be like my last thing and last question. But I come from a background of mindfulness. That's mainly my background. Mindfulness, meditation, stuff like that. So I noticed that from a lot of older people, their way to fix problems or to make things better is to parent. Usually, they take on the role of a parent, and what that does is when they see an issue, they address it the best way that they know how. But it's a difference between parenting and nurturing. Nurturing is when you meet that person where they are, and you say, "How can I support you in what you're doing?" And I feel like candidates are not nurturing; they're just saying,
Yep.
do this, do this, do this, do this, and it's their ideology, is their whatever their solutions are, but their solutions are bringing amongst the same type of problems, and we can't solve a problem on the same level of consciousness it was created on. So we have to think above, we have to think beyond and better. And I think that the youth have this untainted purity. The youth aren't thinking about the greed and all of that stuff like that when they're that young. It's only when you come into society and you need money, you need this, they tell you the things that you need, and you find a way to go get it by whoever's
And youth don't see color either.
That is
don't
true.
see party.
Exactly. So
that's a learned behavior.
Exactly.
We're taught division.
Exactly.
My daughter, she attends school in West Philly. She has a very diverse class. And I just love seeing you got my daughter who's an African American, and she got Asian classmates, white classmates, and they just playing so free.
Exactly.
But then society contaminates them and teach them that no, don't be over there, don't play with them, don't get on that slide after they slid down that sliding board. It's crazy, you know. But that's the mentality that we need in this city. Like when I first got to Harrisburg, I know that some Republicans are a problem, cool. Yeah. But that ain't my problem.
Exactly. Yep.
So I went up there with my eyes closed and did business with everybody. Because you never know who you're going to need to help solve your problem in your town. That's real. So when I was pushing legislation in committee and getting legislation on the floor, if we needed votes to get something done, I knew who to go to. Because I planted seeds early, even if they were Republicans. I planted the seeds early to build that relationship, to let them know I'm not your typical Democrat.
Exactly.
So please don't treat me as such. I'm a registered Democrat, but I listen. I'm for the people. Whether you're black, white, Democrat, Republican, young, old. There's roughly 70,000 constituents in my district. Not all of them voted for me, but guess what? I work for every one of them. Every one of them. I can't say, oh, you ain't vote for me, I don't work for you. Don't work like that. But the unfortunate thing is, people operate like that. They'll say, oh, I'm not going to offer services to this zip code because I performed poorly during the election.
But that's like their own
They shut
ego.
out our communities.
Based off their own, they put their own objective on the things that they're serving, and they're not serving the community, they're just serving themselves.
Yep, and so when I first got elected, I picked an area where we had the least amount of constituent services being done. And they called me crazy for putting my office on 46 in Lancaster because of the violent crime. I said, in order to solve the problem in that community, you got to be there. Put my office there. And now we have the constituent services in that area is consistent throughout the district now. We leveled it up. That community is happy. We put food banks down there. They had no access. And it was because people say, oh, they don't vote. I don't care. Well, okay. That don't mean they don't deserve access to government.
They're still people at the end of the day, and that's who you're serving, the people.
Got to serve the people, brother. You know, so man, you know, this is a great feeling, man. Being in this position, being in this space where we have a people-powered campaign. No dark money.
Yep.
And early on, they said, oh yeah, Almond Brown's gonna get all this dark money. We said, no, hold off on. We don't want none. We have a people-powered campaign because we're not bought.
Right.
We got serious amounts of volunteers, and we got young people, boots on the ground every single day. We're showing you who we are, and we're showing you what kind of administration we're going to be. We're going to be for everybody.
Yep.
And that's what we need right now. We don't need someone who says, oh, well, I can't be for you because you feel this way on this policy.
Right.
We're not going to shut out no community, no individual. Everyone needs access. And once I become mayor, everyone's going to have a seat at the table. That hasn't happened. If anyone else is elected mayor, nothing is going to change in this city. It's going to be politics as usual.
Yeah.
And we can't afford that. So that's why the young people need to vote for Almond Brown, button 34, bro.
Alrighty. There you have it. Almond Brown. It's a fantastic interview. Take it away.
Thank you for this opportunity. You know, it's our time. It's our time to take control of our city because we are the future. Thank you.
Yep. Alrighty.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.